Hello, my dear students. Welcome back to my channel, Ajit Hanuman's Simplified Science. In this channel, you will get video related to the science topics which are included in the high school and upper primary school syllabus of India. So, children, I would like to thank you all because you have supported me and encouraged me in the last few months. I would like to thank those who have subscribed my channel and who have liked my video and given your suggestion through the comment box. So my dear viewers, I would like to request you to subscribe my channel so that you can get the notification about my recent uploads. Today we are going to discuss a very important topic in chemistry, that is sulfuric acid. In this video I am going to explain the physical and chemical properties of concentrated and dilute sulfuric acid. So let us start our lesson. So sulfuric acid, the molecular formula of sulfuric acid is H2SO4. That means one molecule of sulfuric acid contains two hydrogen atoms, one sulfur atom and four oxygen atoms. The relative molecular mass of sulfuric acid is 98. Its atomic structure you can see it is on the screen. The four oxygen atoms are attached to sulfur atom and the two hydrogen atoms are attached to two oxygen atoms. Sulfuric acid is called king of all chemicals. It is because there is no other manufactured compound which is used by such a large number of key industries. It has been known for a very long time. It was known as oil of vitriol as it was for the first time prepared from green vitriol, which is FeSO4.7H2O, by distillation of green vitriol. It can also be prepared by dissolving sulfur trioxide in water. Where do we find sulfuric acid? In the free state, it is found in certain mineral springs and is formed by the action of water on certain sulfides. In the combined state, it is present as different sulfate salts like barytes, that is BaSO4, gypsum, that is CaSO4.2H2O, and kieserite, that is MgSO4.H2O. Now let us discuss about the physical properties of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid is a colorless, odorless, slightly sour in taste. It is a dense, oily and hygroscopic liquid. As it is hygroscopic, it absorbs moisture, so sulfuric acid should always be kept stoppered. The density of pure sulfuric acid is 1.85 gram per cubic centimeter. Its boiling point is 338 degrees Celsius and melting point is 10.4 degrees Celsius. As per the solubility concern, sulfuric acid is soluble in water in all proportion. Though it is not a poisonous liquid, still it is highly corrosive in nature and chars the skin black. It forms a constant boiling mixture at 338 degrees Celsius. In this, it contains 98.5% of acid. Now let us discuss about the chemical properties of sulfuric acid. Sulfuric acid dissociates in two steps. In fact, if you take 100% pure sulfuric acid, then the compound is not an acid as it does not ionize. But in presence of water, when it is dissolved in water, it dissociates in two steps. The first one you can see, sulfuric acid dissociates to give hydrogen ion and hydrogen sulfate ion. Again, in the second step, hydrogen sulfate ion dissociates to give hydrogen ion and sulfate ion. As it ionizes in two steps, it's a dibasic acid. The chemical property when we study, then we must study it depending on whether it is dilute acid or concentrated acid. So, when we try to dilute concentrated sulfuric acid, then you must keep in note that water is never poured on acid to dilute it. As being an exothermic process, on diluting the acid, it evolves a large amount of heat, which changes the poured water into steam. The steam so formed causes sputting of the acid, which can cause burn injuries. So dilution should be done by adding small amount of acid in water by constant stirring. But you never should dilute an acid by adding water to acid. Let us see the chemical properties of dilute sulfuric acid first. After that, we will discuss about the chemical properties of concentrated sulfuric acid. Dilute sulfuric acid shows all the acidic property which is shown by the other acids. For example, when it reacts with the active metal, that is metal above hydrogen in the activity series, it forms metallic sulfate and hydrogen at ordinary temperature. Metal plus sulfuric acid gives sulfate salt or hydrogen sulfate salt plus hydrogen. For example, you can see here magnesium, when reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives magnesium sulfate and hydrogen gas. Similarly, zinc, when reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives zinc sulfate and hydrogen gas. When iron reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives iron sulfate, ferrous sulfate and hydrogen gas. This reaction takes place only with the active metal above hydrogen in the activity series. Next is neutralization reaction, which is a typical reaction for all the acid. Neutralization reaction means when a base reacts with acid, then it gives salt and water. So you can see here when copper oxide reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives copper sulfate and water. When sodium hydroxide reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives sodium bisulfate and water. When ferrous oxide reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives ferrous sulfate and water. Now, the reaction of dilute sulfuric acid with carbonate or bicarbonate salt. Generally, the reaction goes like this. When carbonate and bicarbonate reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, it gives a sulfate salt, water and carbon dioxide. For example, when sodium carbonate reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives sodium sulfate, water and carbon dioxide gas is evolved. Similarly, When sodium bicarbonate reacts with sulfuric acid, then sodium sulfate, water and carbon dioxide will be produced. When potassium bicarbonate reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives potassium sulfate, water and carbon dioxide. Next, when dilute sulfuric acid reacts with sulfite salt. When sulfite salt reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, then the sulfate salt will be formed along with the evolution of hydrogen sulfide gas. Children, you must remember hydrogen sulfide gas is a gas having a rotten egg smell. From the typical smell, we can identify hydrogen sulfide gas. So when sodium sulfite is treated with sulfuric acid, then sodium sulfate and the gas with rotten egg smell, that is H2S gas, is produced. Similarly, when iron sulfide react with dilute sulfuric acid, then iron sulfate, ferrous sulfate and hydrogen sulfide gas is produced. When zinc sulfide react with sulfuric acid, it gives zinc sulfate and hydrogen sulfide gas. Then action of dilute sulfuric acid on sulfides and bisulfides. General reaction you can see, when sulfides or bisulfides react with acid, it gives salt, water and sulfur dioxide gas is produced. Sulfur dioxide gas is a colorless but having the smell of burnt sulfur. Okay, from the typical smell you can identify sulfur dioxide gas. When sodium sulfide reacts with dilute sulfuric acid, then sodium sulfate, water and sulfur dioxide gas is produced. When sodium bisulfite reacts with sulfuric acid, then sodium sulfate, water and sulfur dioxide is produced. You must know, while doing this experiment, you must know that sulfur dioxide is a poisonous gas and it is responsible for polluting environment. It adversely affects the human health and vegetation, and that is why you must be careful while doing this experiment in the lab. Chemical properties of concentrated sulfuric acid. When we discuss chemical properties of concentrated sulfuric acid, there are few main properties we will see one by one. First of all, we will see the non-volatile nature of concentrated sulfuric acid. As we have already discussed, concentrated sulfuric acid has a high boiling point, that is 338 degrees Celsius. So it is considered to be a non-volatile acid. It is therefore used for preparing volatile acids like hydrochloric acid, nitric acid and acetic acid from their salts by the double decomposition. So you can see the general equation here: salt of volatile acid plus concentrated sulfuric acid gives salts plus volatile acid. For example, now sodium chloride, we can say it is the salt of hydrochloric acid. Sodium chloride is the salt of hydrochloric acid. When it reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, then it gives sodium bisulfate along with a volatile acid HCl, hydrochloric acid. Similarly, potassium chloride is a salt of HCl, so it gives potassium bisulfate plus HCl. Sodium nitrate. All the nitrate salts are considered to be salts of nitric acid. When sodium nitrate reacts with sulfuric acid, it gives sodium bisulfate and nitric acid, which is a volatile acid. Similarly, potassium nitrate, a salt of nitric acid, reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid to give potassium bisulfate and nitric acid. All the acetate salts are considered to be the salt of acetic acid. Here we have taken sodium acetate. When it reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, it gives sodium bisulfate and acetic acid, which is another volatile acid. Concentrated sulfuric acid as an oxidizing agent. The oxidizing property of concentrated sulfuric acid is due to the fact that on thermal decomposition it yields nascent oxygen. When concentrated sulfuric acid is heated, it gives water, sulfur dioxide and nascent oxygen. This nascent oxygen oxidizes different substances like nonmetals, metals and inorganic compounds. Okay. Now we will see one by one the oxidation of nonmetal. Here we will see two examples, oxidation of carbon and oxidation of sulfur. When carbon reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, then carbon is oxidized to carbon dioxide and water and sulfur dioxide are the two byproduct in this reaction. When sulfur is oxidized in presence of concentrated sulfuric acid, then the products are sulfur dioxide and water. Sulfur is oxidized to sulfur dioxide. Oxidation of metals. When metals are oxidized by concentrated sulfuric acid, then a salt, water and sulfur dioxides are produced. For example, when copper is treated with concentrated sulfuric acid, copper sulfate, water and sulfur dioxide are produced. Similarly, when zinc reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, zinc sulfate, water and sulfur dioxides are produced. Here copper and zinc are oxidized to copper sulfate and zinc sulfate respectively. It also oxidizes compounds. So we will see the oxidation of some inorganic compounds. First of all, hydrogen bromide. When it reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, then it is oxidized to bromine vapor along with water and sulfur dioxide. Similarly, when H2S gas is passed through sulfuric acid, then it gives sulfur. Sulfur is a yellow colored solid along with water and sulfur dioxide. Here you can see H2S is a gas with smell of rotten egg. So this gas reacts with sulfuric acid to give a yellow color precipitate. Okay. You must note here sulfur dioxide gas is oxidizing as well as a reducing agent. Sulfur dioxide shows temporary bleaching property due to its reducing nature in presence of moisture. Sulfur dioxide when reacts with moisture or water, it gives nascent hydrogen. You can see in the equation nascent hydrogen is shown in square bracket. The color compound is bleached due to reduction by this nascent hydrogen. So this is how sulfur dioxide reduces the color compound into colorless compound and thus the bleaching process occurs. Concentrated sulfuric acid as a dehydrating agent. As all of you can understand, dehydrating means removing water molecule. So it acts as a dehydrating agent. It removes water molecule from compounds, chemically combined water molecule from compounds. Dehydration of different organic compound we will see. First of all, formic acid. When a few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid is added to formic acid, then it is dehydrated, water molecule is removed and carbon monoxide gas is produced. Oxalic acid gives carbon monoxide and carbon dioxide gas after removal of water. Similarly, ethyl alcohol, when reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid, water molecule is removed and it results in ethene gas, C2H4, ethene gas. Dehydration of sugar. You can see when concentrated sulfuric acid is added to sugar, the color of sugar is white, so it changes to a black spongy mass, that is carbon, after removal of water. Glucose. First equation is about glucose and second one is cane sugar or common sugar. So if you add concentrated sulfuric acid to sugar, then carbon and water molecule will be produced. This is known as charring of sugar. Due to its dehydrating nature, when we spill a few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid on skin, then it chars the skin and painful blisters are formed because water molecule is removed from the protein present in our skin. It can also remove water of crystallization from hydrated substance. You can do one experiment also. You know blue vitriol, which is CuSO4 5H2. If you add few drops of concentrated sulfuric acid to blue vitriol, then the blue color disappears. It is because copper sulfate, anhydrous copper sulfate, which is white in color, is formed after removal of water molecule.